time to make a quick and easy pizza in your kitchen. Let's go. So this is my version of a homemade pizza. It is fully customizable to whatever you are looking for. But basically, here are the primary ingredients that you will need. You can choose your favorite pizza dough. I prefer the packet, which you simply add oil and water to. Then you want to choose your favorite pizza sauce and your favorite toppings. Then to get started, you want to prepare your dough. If you do like me and choose the packet, then you want to just mix it as according to the package directions and then pat it out on a pan. If not, you can use one of the store-bought pre-made ones and skip this step. So for this one, we actually bake it in the oven for a few minutes to get the crust set while we prepare our toppings. So here I've cut up some black and green olives in addition to some mushrooms. So once the dough has set for a couple of minutes, you want it to just start to get that fluffy looking texture. That is how you know it is set. At this point, you want to go ahead and pour on your favorite pizza sauce. You can add as much or as little as you want. You can even go with a white sauce, or my alternate personal favorite would be a barbecue sauce. It's totally up to you. But just go ahead and smooth it out. And once your sauce is smoothed out, then go ahead and start adding on the toppings. I actually prefer to start with a base layer of cheese. This way it gives your toppings something to nestle into and they're not sliding all over your pizza as you're trying to eat it. Once you have added your cheese layer, next the options are yours. I choose to go ahead and add on the pepperoni slices. And as you can tell, I like to layer them pretty close together. That way you make sure everyone gets the perfect bite. Then just go ahead and start adding on your toppings. Here I'm adding the mushrooms first, followed by the black and green olives. Then you can add whatever other toppings you want if you choose. If you choose not to add any other toppings, that's totally up to you. But once you have all of your toppings added, I suggest adding on a little more sauce over all of your toppings just so that it creates a nice moist pizza and you aren't left with pieces that are dry, come across as being too stale, and sometimes the cheese can even pull out the moisture. So I always like to add a little bit of sauce just before I add on that final top layer of cheese, just to ensure that everything is held in place, is going to be nice and moist with every single bite. So now that our pizza is finished, it is time to place it, you guessed it, into the oven. I like to place mine on the middle rack just to make sure that it is not too close to the top where it can potentially burn your cheese. And you want to cook it on 350 for about 15 to 25 minutes. It may depend on your oven, so the time can vary, but you're looking for the cheese on top to be nice, melty, and slightly browned, in addition to the edges of the crust being crispy and cooked thoroughly. As you can see here, the edges have wrapped upward a little bit. They're more defined, and all of the toppings are nice and crispy. The cheese is cooked perfectly, and it is ooey, gooey, and delicious. So all we gotta do now is wait a couple of minutes for it to set back together, everything redistribute evenly, and then it is time to cut it. The choice is yours here on how big or how small of a slice you want. I suggest starting out pretty sizable with your pieces, because after one bite, you're definitely going to come back for seconds. A homemade pizza is the perfect meal for any time of day. I also like to store leftovers in the refrigerator and eat them just right out of the refrigerator. They're that good. So as you can see here, the crust is cooked thoroughly and we're basically ready to eat. I always like to top mine with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some red pepper flakes. That is totally optional, but no matter how you enjoy this, it is definitely going to be your next go-to recipe for family night, a late night dish, or simply a perfect snack. I hope you enjoy this recipe.